Recently, LEGO came out with its 25th anniversary Star Wars sets for who knows the best like freaking theme there is out of all Legos. Like, come on, man. LEGO Star Wars 25th anniversary of the LEGO sets, and I think they came out with a bang. In this video, I'm going to tell you guys all about what I like about them, what I don't like about them, why I didn't buy one of them, and everything in between. So first, let's start with the one I didn't purchase, the R2D2. I already have the $250 R2D2. Like, for me personally, it was like, why would I want to buy this? You know, like why would I want to spend another $100 on an R2D2 when I already have my own Lego R2D2? I showed it to you today, but it's not with me right now. So other than that, you know, I think the only reason most people are buying it is for the Darth Malik figure on it, and honestly, I almost thought about buying it just for that one thing, but you know, YouTuber on a budget, we're gonna say nah to those ones, and instead let's go towards the other ones I actually did purchase. Here is the first set I bought. So I purchased the Tantive 4 boarding scene. So now this is it in its final state when I've set it up to look like Darth Vader and his stormtroopers are boarding the Tantive 4, and he's force choking that main guy right there. Now this set's really neat. You have a few things that you can do. You can flick off a bunch of people when you put them in these specific spots. You can see that guy moving right there. And then it's also neat because you get 2 stormtroopers, you get Darth Vader, and you get 3 rebels. Now, these are actually my very first stormtroopers that I've gotten from a set, which is really neat to me. So I was really excited for this set. Now, this set does have a few moving pieces. You can move this back portion right here and actually slide that door right here. And I can go ahead and flip this around so I can show you more head on of that actual door moving. Not the best mechanism that I've seen in Lego, but otherwise it's still pretty neat. Now, where I do think this set really does shine is when you get 3 or 4 of these sets. I think it's the best thing when you can actually make the real setup of the Tantive 4 with multiple stormtroopers, all of the rebels and everything, and then have your own other minifigures along to help you out with this one. Other than that, I think it by itself is the weakest of the 4 that I did purchase, although I still do think it's better than the R2D2. Now let's move on to the next one. I'll start with the smallest of the 4. Now here is the Invisible Hand. As you can see, that these guys don't come with any minifigures, which I think is the worst part about these guys. Even though the bases are set up to where a minifigure would easily go into these. But alas, what can you do when it's just the ship? Now, these MIDI scales are phenomenal. I think MIDI scale is way better than mini. I think it's way better than play. But I think the only one that beats out the mini scales is the Ultimate Collector series. Now, these ones are really cool. It builds off of that previous one that came out last year, the Super Star Destroyer. And it places little studs throughout of it to represent different characters or different things happening inside these ones. And this one's no exception. It has Obi-Wan and Anakin's ship sitting right in the middle here in the hangar bay that you can actually kind of see if you squint down really hard and see them hanging out back there. Now, this one is a pretty small ship, right? It is the smallest of the 3 that came out for the 25th anniversary so far, but it is actually the biggest ship in the Star Wars universe. So it's really interesting to see how they went from the biggest ship down to the smallest. Now, there are a few mocks out there that include more of the stuff on the top, which I do appreciate, even though this one has its fair share of little doodads here and there. I do think it lacks a few of those things, but the weird yellow pieces that I haven't seen in any other Star Wars set recently, along with all of the pieces right here along the back and everything, I think it makes it really pop out, especially how they made it to where you can take the pieces apart to where it happens in the actual movie Revenge of the Sith, where these two break apart and Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Palpatine, R2D2, and C-3PO all fall down into Coruscant. I think that's really neat how they brought that little thing. These ones are really, really, they show a lot of the detail that comes with these. Now, this one did come with a few stickers, not too many, but I do think they put them on those curved pieces, which I think are the hardest ones to put any sticker on. So I do think this one looks really well if you can get the stickers in. I love the contrast of the studded portions versus the non-studded portions, especially the top part looking very good. I do wish that it came with another minifigure because they give you the stud space in the base configuration to put a minifigure there, like maybe putting down Palpatine or Grievous or any of the people that were on this ship. Now, let's move up to the next one. This one was genuinely a surprise to me. I thought I wouldn't like this one that much, but the Tantive 4, the regular one, happened to be a really neat ship. Now, this is the ship in the opening sequence of Episode 4, or in the end of Revenge of the Sith. And you can see there are quite a few little things that comes along with it. You have all the engine boosters on the back and everything like that. You have all the cannons on the front. The main thing I do not like about this set is, if you can see it here, is this gapping right here. I don't know if I did something wrong there. I couldn't find anything where I did anything wrong. And the stickers on these guys were horrendous to figure out how to get them on correctly because they only fit in a specific way. Now again, this set would have been amazing if they just included a little Leia or anything like that to fit along with this one to counteract this piece being over here, because I didn't want to just leave them out on the side. Now this set does look really good, and I think they did bump this guy up a little bit for the piece to price ratio of these sets, but I do think that this one looks phenomenal. The stickers on this one, besides the top front two, were okay. There are quite a few stickers on this guy. So if you don't like sticker sets, this might not be for you, especially the invisible hand. I was not a big fan of putting those stickers on. Otherwise, this set looks phenomenal. Again, MIDI scale over mini scale, MIDI scale over play scale for me. And I'll have another video coming out later about why that is, why I think it looks better, why I think the price is better, and all those things. But I think it just looks phenomenal. You know, Lego focusing in on these little tiny pieces that show a lot of storytelling just between those little tiny ones shows so much value in these sets, and I think they really knocked it out of the park with the Tantive. Now, let's talk about, before we move in to the final of the three, let's talk about the little figure that you get with it. Now, this one you get with the Tantive 4 boarding scene. You get a little shock trooper. He comes in with his guns. I think everyone seems to think that this guy would be Captain Rex, and I'm sure that you can get him to be Captain Rex in any of your mocks or anything like that. But I feel like this is a good reason why they put it in the Tantive 4 boarding scene instead of any of the others, is to help move those sets. Now, I think that's another reason why they put in the Malak figure inside the R2-D2 set, is because everyone wants the Malak figure. They haven't printed this guy, I don't think, ever, if not for a long time, and everybody really wants him, but they put it inside a $100 set that's not going to have a lot of resale value just because they've made so many R2-D2s in the past. So I think that was a really smart move from Lego to put it in there, but a bad move for like everyone else, because, you know, everyone wants the minifigure, so everyone's going to go buy them on those websites instead of buying the set, because I don't really want another R2-D2, but I also don't want to go and purchase one of those. Now, let's move on to the final set, and what I think is my favorite set. Now, this set does come with its drawbacks, but let's talk about what I really like about this set. First and foremost, there are no stickers on the Millennium Falcon set. Now, I do think this set looks way better than the play scale Millennium Falcon, even though it has a lot of those same pieces in there that the play scale does have. Okay, now this was the most expensive of the 25th anniversary Lego sets that Lego came out with for Lego Star Wars, but I do think they fit a lot of detail here and there. The top, I think, looks amazing. Of course, I think they are still missing a few things that the play scale and of course, the UCS set get in right here and up all along the top part. But I do think, for bang for your buck, this one does come with the most stuff inside a small package, especially how they're able to get the cockpit in there and still have it be all the same thing. Now, the thing I do not like about this set is it feels flimsy. It feels like it's all connected on these tiny little studs. And I think this is perhaps my favorite looking set. It was a very fun build. It was the hardest build out of all of them just to make sure everything aligned, especially putting on this back part right here. But I think the set is still wonderful nonetheless. If they could have made it a little bit more durable, that would have been what I would have liked. They do have all of the original people in there from episode 4. They got Luke, Obi-Wan, Leia, Chewbacca, Han Solo, R2-D2, and C-3PO all in there. And what I do like about all 4 of these sets is it comes with so much history and why they did things throughout the booklet, which is what I really appreciate in previous things that they've been doing. Like if you've ever built any of the UCS sets, some of them have little things on why they did certain things, or especially the one that I've done recently is Rivendell. Rivendell shows you so much of the history, the thought process on why they did so many of these things going into this Lego set. Now, these are all the ones I got from now. I think that the 25th anniversary of Lego Star Wars, these sets are a really good way to start it out. They come in less than play scale. Now, these sets, first off, it gets it more accessible to more people. They still look really good for their prices, you know, reaching from starting in the 50s for the Invisible Hand, going all the way to $85 for the Millennium Falcon, or I think the boarding scene was in the 40s. These sets do look really good. I think the minifigures that you get for the boarding scene are really nice. They all look really good. I don't mind the helmet holes like most weirdos out there, most other YouTubers, but whatever. I do wish, though, these would have been a home run, slam dunk, if they just included one minifigure with each of the MIDI scales. Now, that is my only big gripe when it comes to these sets. I think they could have easily fit in a minifigure for these prices, especially on the Millennium Falcon and the Tantive when they were a little bit over their price to piece ratios. But the Invisible Hand being the smallest of them, I can kind of see it. But like, hey, you should have started out with the Super Star Destroyer. Just give us a piece. Put a Darth Vader on there. Put one of the commanding officers on there if you don't want to give us a Darth Vader. Same thing with the Invisible Hand. If you don't want to give us another Grievous, just put on one of the other leaders. Tantive 4, just give us a Leia. Then the Millennium Falcon, just put a Han Solo in there, man. It's not really that hard. You don't have to put in any of the really expensive pieces, but just give us something that could have been really good. Now, overall, I do think that these were an amazing start to the 25th anniversary Lego sets, and I do look forward to every single thing that they're going to come out with later this year, especially their Ultimate Collector's Series that will be launching for May the 4th. Oh, I am looking forward to what they announce for May the 4th. Now, if you enjoyed what I put out here today, make sure to like and subscribe down below, guys. I'll be coming out with more Lego news and coverage here, there, everywhere. So I appreciate it if you all let me know what you think about this video down below, and I will catch you all on the next one. Bye.